What's up, everybody, and welcome to our podcast about Korogocho, a place where miracles happen. Today, we are taking you to the heart of the third largest slum in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. We are taking you to Korogocho, and in a very special way, because it's not just about the extreme poverty there, the lack of electricity, the lack of water in the houses and huts, and all the other problems that exist there. It's about miracles. Because Korogocho is a real miracle when we venture deep into this slum. Today, we're talking about all those who defy poverty, who set out to change something, who don't just want real change, they create that change themselves. Erica and David, take us to this very special place where miracles happen. Now it's your turn.
Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're taking you somewhere quite extraordinary in Kenya. Korogocho. It's Nairobi's third largest informal settlement, often called a slum. And honestly, what we found in our research might really shift how you think about places like this.
Definitely.
We've gathered quite a mix of sources, articles, bits from websites, video transcripts too, and they all point to something very specific and pretty surprising about this community. So our mission today is to explore how this place, Korogocho, which the name in Kikuyu apparently means something like mess or chaos.
Yeah, chaos is a common translation.
How it somehow gained this reputation as the slum where miracles happen. We really want to zoom in on the incredible sort of bottom-up initiatives, especially from young people actively changing their own community from the inside.
And it's so important to first set the scene, to understand the reality there. Our sources paint a picture of, well, real hardship. You're talking about maybe 150,000, perhaps up to 200,000 people, all crammed into roughly 1.5 square kilometers.
Wow, 1.5 square kilometers. That density is hard to even imagine.
It's incredibly dense, and most people there, they just don't have access to basic infrastructure. Things like clean running water, reliable electricity, proper medical care, things we often just assume are there.
Right. Taken for granted.
Exactly. And work. Well, employment is mostly in the informal sector, or frankly, unemployment is just extremely high. Very few stable, formal jobs.
So against that backdrop.
Precisely. It makes what we're about to discuss even more remarkable. And, to really get a sense of the challenges, we have to mention the Dandora rubbish dump. It's infamous, right next to Korogocho.
It's a dump?
Yeah, one of the largest open dumps in Africa. The people in the slum, they call it boma.
Boma. Yeah, doesn't that usually mean something like a home or enclosure?
It can, yes, which makes its use for this massive landfill quite poignant. It speaks volumes about survival. And here's a really shocking detail from the sources. Up to 60% of children from Korogocho regularly go to Dandora.
60%. Doing what?
Scavenging, looking for anything they can sell just to earn a tiny bit of money.
Oh, that's just heartbreaking.
It is. It highlights the desperate poverty.
Yeah.
And the dangers they face every single day.
That image. It's hard to shake. But, okay, here's where the story takes that surprising turn you mentioned. Because our sources, despite all that, they keep calling Korogocho a place of miracles. A place where you'd think, logically, nothing positive could really take root, right? Where nothing can work.
You'd absolutely assume that.
But the opposite seems to be happening. What's growing there are the sources call them startups.
Yeah, that's the term they use.
Basically grassroots NGOs.
Yeah.
Driving real, tangible change.
Exactly. It's this incredible spirit of self-help. Human ingenuity against overwhelming odds.
So it's not just about outside aid coming in.
Well, there are some established groups, yeah. Like the IRA Initiative, they've been doing great work for over 15 years. But what our sources really emphasize are the many smaller, really local NGOs. These are the ones truly embodying that self-initiative, born right there in the community.
Can you give us some examples?
Sure. Groups like TED's Community Hub, the Wakulima Youth Group, the Mashinani League. There's even one called the COVID Gym mentioned.
COVID Gym.
Yeah. These aren't just names on a list. They represent residents, particularly young people, taking charge, taking control of their own future, changing their environment bit by bit, idea by idea.
Okay, right. Let's unpack one of those then. Mashinani League sounds interesting.
Yeah, it really is.
The founder is Julius Tamri Opio. Lives right there in Korogocho, and he says it so simply but with real pride. I love my hood.
You get that sense strongly from the source material.
And one video source gives us his story. He's the fifth of 8 kids, apparently a talented striker. And he started the Mashinani League in 2024, just after finishing school.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He calls it my dream. Think about that drive to start something for the whole community right out of school in that environment.
It's incredible. And Julius's idea for the league, it's much bigger than just football games. He sees it as a way for people to connect, to really interact and engage with each other, building community.
So more than just sport.
Much more. And he wants it to grow, too. Beyond Korogocho. He mentioned wanting to expand to places like Samabobogo, spreading the spirit of Mashan League, as he puts it.
Using sport as a tool for development.
Exactly. A powerful catalyst. He says the league is really about our hood. Right. It's trying to tackle serious issues head on. Things like crime, drug abuse, even gender-based violence.
So it's preventative, too.
Definitely. It stops young people from just chilling without doing anything, in his words. Gives them a positive focus, a constructive path. It's a direct challenge to the negative influences.
He really summed it up well. He said, let me find the quote. This is Mashinani League. It's all about our hood. It's for the community. Right.
Spot on. Captures that grassroots feeling perfectly.
And he's practical about needing help. He asks for support in any way, in donation, material support, equipment.
Which shows their resourcefulness, but also their openness to collaboration.
Okay, so football's clearly huge there. But it's also a gateway for other things, like the TEDS Community Hub you mentioned.
Yes, TEDS is another fantastic example, founded by Teddy Omondi. He's a mentor figure, apparently. People who played youth football years ago still talk about him.
So a respected figure.
Very much so. And again, football is the key, as the sources say. It draws the kids in. But like with Mashinani, it's way more than just playing.
How so?
The coaches, people like Evans mentioned in the sources, they're more than just coaches. They become important points of contact. Mentors, really.
Ah, okay. Trusted adults.
Exactly. Kids learn rules, discipline, sure, they have fun. But crucially, they have a space to talk about things they maybe can't or won't discuss at home. That trust is vital.
That makes sense. And TEDS does more than just football stuff.
Oh, yeah, much more. They provide a hot meal every Saturday for hundreds of kids.
Wow. In a place where food might be scarce, that's huge.
Absolutely huge. And they run a small library, too, in Ngumongo Village. It's open Monday to Saturday. It's described as a safe place.
A safe place, so kids can do homework, read.
Homework, read, draw, just hang out and chat. A sanctuary from the chaos outside.
And education seems like a big focus for them.
Paramount. The sources are clear. Education is the key to all future prospects. But it's tough in Korogocho. Only 2 state primary schools. Others cost money fees, books, uniforms. Impossible for many families.
So how does TEDS help with that?
This is interesting. A German NGO actually partners with TEDS, and they pay the school fees for many of the poorest families.
So that's a mix of external support and local action.
Precisely. A great example of how that can work to create real opportunities.
KEDS also focuses on something else quite specific, doesn't it? Something about disabilities.
Yes, and this is really important, the inclusion of children with disabilities. You see, in slums, there's often a heavy taboo around disabilities. Families might feel shame or fear. TEDS actively works against that.
Creating an inclusive space.
Exactly, breaking down those barriers, challenging the stigma, making sure every child feels they belong.
That's incredibly valuable work. Okay, let's move to the Wakalimi youth group. The sources called them silent heroes. Actions more than impressive, even out of this world.
Yeah, their story is something else. If you're looking for those miracles, this is a strong contender.
Tell us about them. How did they start?
It's quite recent, actually. Less than 4 years ago, just after the main COVID period, it started incredibly simply. A young woman was just sitting with friends, and she just said, basically, hey, we should do something, not just hang out.
Just like that.
Just like that. Her idea. Clean up a dirty corridor between houses, plant something green.
Wow. A simple idea, but
yeah,
powerful.
That was the spark. And crucially, they didn't just talk, they did it. They took areas that were literally used as rubbish dumps because there's no formal collection, remember?
Right.
And they turned them into places where grass and plants grow now. They even made a little cozy corner for meetings. It's a physical transformation.
Changing their actual environment.
By themselves. It's a huge statement about what's possible with sheer will.
And they keep doing practical stuff.
Every week, they clean streets in their area, collect plastic, metal, clean it up, sell it to dealers.
And this started with zero outside help.
That's what the sources stress. They started without any support, just pure determination. And the money they make selling recyclables.
Yeah.
With the money, they buy what they need. Tools, hammers, rakes, shovels.
That is self-sufficiency defined. Incredible.
And there's more. They have a chicken project.
Chickens.
Yeah, chickens in their backyard. The eggs are for eating and selling. It's concrete, practical work for the good of the community, a sustainable model. And the impact on perception. These young people, maybe once seen as idle or even troublemakers, now they're role models in an extremely poor neighborhood. Their actions speak louder than anything.
Okay, this is really something. When you put all these together, Mashinani League, TEDS, Wakalima, it really paints that picture, doesn't it? Korogocho as the slum where these transformations, these miracles are happening.
It does.
And the key thing, repeating it because it's so important, is that they started without any government or other support initially.
That's the thread, isn't it? Raw grassroots innovation.
What ties them all together, would you say?
I think it's the power of youth, definitely, starting within the community, using simple tools, football, cleaning, gardening, recycling, and just proving change is possible, even against extreme poverty. It's not just about projects, it's about shifting mindset.
Building hope from the ground up.
Exactly, and showing that collective action, self-reliance, it works. It creates real development.
And what does the community itself say? I think Julius Tamri had a comment.
He did. Reflecting on initiatives like these, he said, "I love it. It shows how young people in the Korogocho slum are ready to change their hood for good." Asante sana.
Asante sana, thank you very much. That's powerful.
And there was another comment from someone named Alan, who actually lives there. He said, "I have personally seen how many organizations like this change lives. They give hope, opportunities, and a sense of belonging. They make a real difference."
Hope, opportunities, belonging. That says it all, really.
Those firsthand accounts really hit home. It's not abstract. It's tangible impact.
So wrapping this up,
Yeah.
what's the big takeaway from this deep dive into Korogocho?
For me, it's a profound, maybe even humbling reminder
Yeah.
that real lasting change often doesn't come neatly packaged from the outside. It bubbles up from within, driven by the energy, the ingenuity, the sheer determination of local people.
Especially the youth in this case.
Especially the youth here, yes. This place, Korogocho, its name means chaos. But it's demonstrating how incredible transformation, almost miraculous, can emerge from the toughest spots.
Powered by that internal spirit.
Precisely.
So it leaves you wondering.
It does. It really makes you think. Are we always looking in the right direction for solutions? You know, we often focus on big, top-down aid, large-scale interventions.
Right, this standard approach.
But what can we learn from a place like Korogocho, where the biggest sparks come from individuals, small groups, often starting with almost nothing but an idea and sheer grit?
A different kind of miracle.
Perhaps. Maybe the real miracles aren't just about external funding, but about recognizing and empowering those local sparks, that self-belief, that collective action. How might that change how we think about development, about what transformation truly means? Something to reflect on.
Wow, what an impressive story. Or rather impressive stories, because there are several of them. Erica and David, thank you so much for taking us on this journey. And thank you to everyone who listened. I certainly learned a lot about taking initiative, helping yourself, and how you can simply start and even achieve real change, even if you are on your own at the beginning.